Welcome to One Up My News, episode 19. We're going to be talking about Bungie splitting up with Activision, Final Fantasy remasters coming up, and a whole bunch of awesome news. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to One Up My News, episode 19. My name is Ryan Smith, and I am joined, as always, by so far the best co-host of 2019, Jordan Sims.
What's up? Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate it. I will try to live up to that award and honor. Hopefully the trophy.
It's been 12 days.
Yep.
It's been 12 days.
It's been 12 days.
You gotta keep it on point.
I know. Well,
You gotta keep it on lock.
I've been doing good. I got a new position at work. I'm the only.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pays a lot more money.
Is that good or bad?
Well,
Good.
it's good because it pays a lot more money, but it's really weird and boring. It's essentially like a custodial job, but since it's
Custodial. Like a janitorial job?
yes, but since it's a fine dining restaurant, there's a lot of weird stuff that has to be done, like a special concoction for these weird wood floors that are super antique. So I have to get like a paintbrush and like put oil into the cracks of the. It's really weird. It's very tedious work, but they
Like grout work for wood?
Yeah. If you can imagine that. Yeah, it's like grout work, but for this super old wood that's from a plantation house. And I'm like, it's weird. So, but anyway, I do.
That is weird. I've never heard of that.
Me neither. And yeah, so. And I like wood. I like things that are made from wood. Wood's cool. It makes good furniture. But yeah, they have a lot of weird, special components that make up the restaurant. So it's just like, this has to be cleaned with this special concoction of this, 3 parts this, and this much water. And I'm like, what? It's like, just put lemon oil on it, man. It'll be fine. They're like,
Just put pine on it.
Exactly. They're like,
Pine. I don't know why I said it like that.
But-
Put pine on it.
yeah. So I've usually been doing like that in the mornings, and then coming home and like showering and changing, and then going back to the restaurant to do my other job at night. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Interesting. Anything else of note?
I started watching Card Fight Vanguard, the new Card Fight Vanguard, because they redid the anime. So I'm trying to, it actually teaches you the rules and stuff and follows the actual rules of the game. So I'm trying to learn how to do that. So when I move in May, I can start playing Card Fight Vanguard with some friends that are playing
Dude, I
it.
just thought of an interesting article.
What?
Hold on, I'm gonna.
Okay, so while he looks that up, I'll keep telling y'all what's been up with me.
No. So it's an article that I kind of want to write.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Is it about Card Fight Vanguard?
No. It's gonna be why I can't get into online card games.
Ooh, that's a good one. That was, man, I'm sorry for y'all's ears. That was a big spike from me.
He said, ooh. That's a little sensual.
Dude, I love reading articles about card games. Like, I really do.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever write it because I've been trying to write a Red Dead article for 3 months, but...
You'll get there, man. You'll get there.
Okay, sorry about that interruption.
But it's okay. Sometimes you got to just, on the fly, go with your creativeness. Yeah, so I'm getting into Card Fight Vanguard. I'm caught up on RWBY Season 6. And
Oh, nice. I saw you tweeting about that.
man, there's one more episode, and I keep refreshing the page, waiting to see if it's out, and it's not out yet, and there's some big stuff that's going to happen in this episode, I think. And I've been waiting for it, and I just need to find out what happens. What else? I watched the first episode of Riverdale. Well, correction, I have 10 minutes left in the first episode of Riverdale, and it's just kind of, It's
That's funny. You left at the last 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, because we had to do the podcast, so.
Oh, you were watching it this morning. I got
Yeah,
you.
I was watching it this
morning.
morning, so I was just kind of like, and it hadn't grabbed me yet, and I'm sure there's other stuff that I've done that I've forgotten, because I have to look at my phone every day, because I have this big, huge widget that tells me what day it is, because all my days run together, because, I don't have a normal day schedule kind of a thing, because, like, my work schedule goes from, like, Tuesday to Wednesday, of like Tuesday of one week to Wednesday of the next week. That's like a work.
That is weird.
That's like it's like a restaurant week for here,
It's
which
not
is
my mic. Sorry about that.
yeah, it's weird. So, but what have you been up to?
Not a lot. I've been getting some oh my gosh, books. I bought a couple books for my upcoming school year. A couple of the classes told us some of the books we need. So I went to Chegg.com
Nice.
and Amazon.com and rented a couple of those. Not a whole lot.
When do you go back to school? If you don't mind sharing. Soon?
January the 22nd.
Okay. That's a long break for you guys. That's impressive.
Yeah, it is. It's like 2 months or something, probably.
Yeah, that's a pretty good break. Like,
yeah, it is. It really is. But let's go ahead and move on to the new games. Coming up, we have the Resident Evil 2 remake demo, which is out now on PS4, Xbox One, and Steam. I was watching somebody play this last night. One of my favorite YouTubers. He was as I tighten my pop filter. He was really liking it. I thought it looked really cool. It was it's a very visceral game.
yeah, it is. I definitely think I'm going to try this demo out on Steam if I can
Yeah,
make some time for it.
It's a 30-minute max. The max amount you can time you can spend on it, at least on one account. If you like make a different
Okay.
PlayStation account or something, you can play it. I'm assuming you can play it again, but after 30 minutes, basically, if you haven't beaten it, it ends. But he beat it in like 17 minutes, so I'm assuming it's not hard.
Yeah.
But it is crazy looking. Go check out some gameplay, or just pick it up yourself. The next thing up we got here on this list is Catherine, or Catherine Classic, as it's also being called, being available on Steam. I believe it used to be a PlayStation No. It was just only on consoles.
Mm-hmm, yes.
But it was. So that's a very good puzzle platformer Japanese thing by Atlas. It is the Persona team. If anybody out there has ever played Persona 4, Persona 5, etc., it's the same team who made those games. Very good game, very difficult game. It's also a very Japanese game. It's about this 20-something-year-old guy who is I don't know if he's in a serious relationship with this girl named Catherine, and he ends up this other girl whose name is also Catherine,
but with a K.
Yeah. One of them has a K, one of them has a C, but another girl named Catherine kind of interjects and intervenes with his or their lives, and I guess kind of weirdness and chaos ensues.
Yeah, it becomes
very good game.
It becomes like a love triangle, and him trying to juggle both Catherines, and then
he's trying to figure out basically if he wants to break up with one and date the other one. And there is if you don't know, there's also a Catherine full body edition coming out later this year. It's gonna be out for the newest gen of consoles. It's also gonna come out with a third Catherine who is just called Ren.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nothing. I was agreeing with you. Like, yeah, it was like like I'm kind of like iffy about that. Like, I don't know how I feel about how that's gonna add to the story, but we'll see.
I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite PS3 games. It's also gonna have PS5 DLC or characters or something. So look forward to that sometime this year. I think in Japan they've already announced a month, but they haven't even announced a month over here.
That is correct.
In the West.
But they did say it's coming, which is a good sign. So.
But if you want a little sneak peek of that, or if you want a massive sneak peek of it, I guess you can just play the original Catherine now on PC if you hadn't already. Next we have Dead or Alive 6 demo is available right now. I was actually watching Sonic Fox play this last night. It's a fighting game. Obvious. That's pretty obvious. If you're into video games at all, but I don't know. It's interesting. He was having some technical difficulties, but it is a beta demo type thing. Have you interested at all in that? I'm not really.
No, not really. I never really followed the series or anything like that, so I might watch a match or something of it. Nothing. I'm not too interested in it though.
Yeah, I'd rather play DBZ Fighter, Smash,
yeah.
Injustice, Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, you know.
But to each their own, and if you are interested in this game, there's a demo available now. And then finally, of the games that we saw fit through our power to let you know that are coming out, that's a really bad sentence. The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 3 will be available on January the 15th. If you're getting this on PC, unless you pre-ordered it, it's only going to be available on Epic. Otherwise, if you're on PS4 or whatever, it's just going to be available like normal. I am excited about this, although I am a season behind. I really need to catch up because I love Clementine as a character. One of my favorite video game characters. Her and Lee both. Actually, a few of the characters in that series. I know you're also behind. What are your thoughts here?
I think I'm 2 seasons behind.
2? Okay.
Correct.
So you never played season 2?
Correct. Yes. Yes, I need to play those, and they seem really good. I played the first one, and it was just my first introduction to, because I used to read those Create Your Own Adventure books as a kid a lot, and I really enjoy that aspect in a lot of things.
Speaking of that, did you watch Bandersnatch?
I did. I was going to tie that in. I watched Bandersnatch, and I probably watched it 3 or 4 times just to get all the different endings and stuff, and I really enjoyed that. I've always liked Create Your Own Adventure because you just get to, I like picking choices. It's interesting.
Yeah, and obviously these also kind of come from the Monkey Island adventure games as well.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So at the time when the first season of The Walking Dead came out, obviously I had a PS3 and I still have it. I just don't use it. But
oh, you have a PS3?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's just in a box, but I do have one. I will dust.
Oh, fun story, real quick.
Go ahead.
Quick aside. I actually had like one of the few PS3s that only PS3 I've ever heard of that got I think it was like the orange dot of death or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, I told Jake, and he was like, "Yeah, you're the only person I know who got that, but I have heard of that."
Yeah, I mean, that's weird. Like I remember reading about it and hearing about it, but I never met anybody that actually got it.
Yeah, and me and my family had several Xboxes, and we never had a red ring of death.
Me neither. Well, I didn't own one either, but
That would have been bad. Somebody just brings you an Xbox and they're like, it has the red ring of death.
Oh man, yeah. It's for those of you that are listening that don't know what the red ring of death is, if you're just new to gaming,
that's so infamous.
Yeah, go to
know.
YouTube and type in Xbox red ring of death, and there's a slew of videos that can teach you.
There's actually some really interesting videos about it.
There is, but
about like how I watched one video that talking about how every Xbox eventually will succumb to it. If I'm I don't want to misquote the video, but yeah, there's some interesting information about that.
There is
across YouTube and the internet. If anyone is interested. Now moving on, we have the news of the week. First up, Comixology Unlimited finally has DC. This comes from Comics Beat. For a few years now, if you don't know, the service Comixology Unlimited it's been in my opinion, a good deal. I've been using it on and off. I've actually been reading a lot more comics as of late. It has comics like Marvel, Dark Horse, Image. I know it. I'm pretty sure it has others as well, but I know it has those. It's like for like a monthly fee. If you have Amazon Prime, Amazon Prime is just becoming better and better. I swear.
Yeah, it is.
I know they're not. They're not known for the best practices in the world, but man, you get obviously you get free shipping. You get like Amazon Prime Music, Amazon Prime that TV app. Which,
Amazon
by the
Video?
way, yeah, it's horrible.
It is horrible.
Video app is.
But I will say, for Amazon Video, I really do I do like the X-ray feature, which is if you're watching it on any device, I'm pretty sure it has this X-ray feature where it'll say, "Hey, this is this actor, this is this actress."
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
I like those. Or if there's a song in the background, it's like, "Hey, this is the song that's playing in the background." So for someone that's like me that pays attention to details every once in a while, I'm like, well, what's this song? I really like this song. Well, Amazon will just be like, hey, that's the song. this is where you can get it. And I'm like, well, thanks, Amazon. I appreciate.
I mean, how many times are you like, oh man, what's she in? Dang,
exactly.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's interesting.
I do like that. I wish Netflix and other Hulu and other places would just adapt.
Did you say Plulu?
No, I think I said Hulu, but I might have said Flulu. Who knows?
But yeah, it doesn't even have like a cast button.
No, it doesn't.
They're like they're consistently in like the top 3 richest companies. Just put a cast button in your daggum app. I had to mirror it to watch it on TV.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible experience.
It is. I keep getting letters from Amazon that's like, hey, you should use your Amazon TV app more. I'm like, well, maybe if you didn't make a shit product, I would.
Yeah, I will say Google Chromecast has like one-upped them on multimedia.
And obviously Google Chromecast isn't an app.
No.
YouTube has it. Yep. Netflix has it. Mm-hmm. Verve has it. Crunchyroll has it. Netflix, obviously, I don't know if it's a Netflix. Like
Netflix has it. Funimation has it.
It blows me away. I can even I keep knocking my mic. Sorry. Even like Spotify and music apps and have it.
Yeah, everything that I'd want to I think Pandora even has it.
Probably. There's probably some email apps that have it and stuff. So that's just so weird to me. But it's still a good deal. Like I said, you get the comics and you get free video games a month. You can subscribe to a Twitch channel for free every month. But up until very, very recently, the last few days, you couldn't get DC. DC obviously is one of the biggest names in comic books. Just them and Marvel pretty much, kind of as far as monetarily are like kind of above the rest. I just like spit. But now the company's books will be available alongside the likes of Spider-Man and The Walking Dead. So I'm very excited about that. Also, not only that, but the DC-owned Vertigo imprint, which is like their adult line, it's got like Sandman and American Vampires, will also be available through Unlimited. I am so happy. Also, man, DC...
now?
Dang, what's it?
Rebirth?
No. The what?
The DC streaming app?
Yeah, that thing is dead?
Dead?
Like, why? I don't understand why they didn't just give it... I think I saw somewhere where Young Justice...
Yeah, season 3.
It's coming to Netflix or something, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with all that. It's very interesting because I love comics. I like DC a lot, but I don't.
Okay, according to this, it says I'm on comicbook.com.
Okay.
It says Young Justice is back on Netflix, but not in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like it may just be on that platform on the DC Unlimited or whatever. But all you have to do is get a VPN and change your country, and you can just watch it on Netflix.
Which I will say, when I saw this, I was like, sweet, I need to re-up my Comixology subscription. But then my other thought was, why doesn't DC just put their comics on their streaming app? Like,
because no one uses it, I'm assuming.
But it just sucks. I'm just like, come on, DC. But as a consumer, I'm grateful that I can now have all my books I could ever want ever in Comixology. I will say, if you have a Nintendo Switch, there's no reason for you to get Inky Pen, which is the comic.
Yeah, I think we talked about this last week a little bit.
Yeah, I just wanted to tie a bow on it and send it into the furnace for people. If you have a Switch, yeah, it's awesome. You can put comics on it with Inky Pen, but your money is way better spent using Comixology, in my opinion, because it is $9.99 versus $7.99, but you get a crap ton more on Comixology than you do Inky Pen. Because I was looking at it, and they don't even have DC and different stuff like. Well, they might have DC.
Just do Amazon Prime.
Exactly. Yeah.
All that. It's such a good deal. It really is. But not a sponsor.
No, we're not.
It might sound like I'm tooting their horn a little bit, but it's just really nice deal.
But moving on to.
But I don't know about this DC Unlimited. I may just wait until Titans and Young Justice season 3 are over. Use the free week or whatever and just binge them.
Yeah, I've thought about that.
Because I've heard Titans has gotten better, but man, it looked like trash at first. So
yeah, I like Teen Titans a lot, but I still haven't jumped into the Titan TV show just because.
Batman.
Yeah, and that's not the reason. It doesn't appeal to me personally at the moment. So I might check it out. But moving on to our next article from GameSpot, we have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is coming to
Arisen,
Switch.
I think.
Yes, it's coming to Switch. The special edition of the 2012 RPG Dark Arisen will be available April 23rd and will cost $30. The edition includes a Bitter Black Isles dungeon for in-game adventurers, high-level weapons and armor, visual enhancements. The Switch version will be a tweaked UI to improve visibility on the Switch screen, and you can also use the online functionality, which would be the pawn trading system, without Nintendo Switch Online membership. The game received good reviews and drew comparisons to Dark Souls series. It's also already available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
So what do you think about Capcom's RPG here?
I saw this, and my first thought was, dang, that's coming to Switch? That's really cool. I might pick it up. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to play this. So that was
just a quick thought and brushed aside.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, this is cool. I'm like, Dragon's Dogma. I told it to some random person I was hanging out with too. Or maybe I just said it to myself. I can't remember. But I had a conversation about this. I was like, sweet, Dragon's Dogma is coming to Switch. And they're like, I don't care. And I'm like, me neither. So, but I think it's cool for Switch owners. I might pick it up. It is only $30. It looks interesting.
It's got really good reviews. And if you're waiting for a kind of Skyrim Western stylized RPG and you can't find one that you haven't, I'm saying this really weird. If you're looking for a Dark Souls Skyrim aesthetic type RPG and you can't find one and you have a Switch, this could be your answer. If you don't have a Switch, like we said, it's already available on other platforms. Moving on to Overwatch news, we have the Bastet event now live. This is from Polygon's Overwatch blog, Heroes Never Die. Although, I saw it on the screen when I logged in Overwatch. From January the 8th until the 21st, you can earn 5 sprays, a player icon, victory pose, and Ana's Bastet skin, which is pretty cool, I think, from Overwatch, just by playing it and watching streamers on Twitch and stuff. To earn some of these items, you gotta win. If you win 9, you get the skin. But if you win 3, you're gonna get a player icon. If you win 6, you'll get this, and you'll get a victory pose. And you don't have to win them back to back or anything. You can play any mode besides just playing with yourself, basically.
Yeah.
You can do arcade, competitive, quick play, all those, and still get all these items. And then, like I said earlier, through Twitch, you can earn sprays by watching select streamers. Just search those on Google, and you can find which ones are which. It's usually just the biggest streamers. And then the schedule will be available, like we said, through January the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played any Overwatch recently?
I have. This actually made me load it back up because I like Ana. I like her backstory. I really like her daughter, Farah. She's amazing. But I like this skin. I always try to do these events, and I actually had a lot of fun playing Overwatch again last night. I think I just had to take like a week and a half off of it to just, be like, okay, I'm done with this game for a little bit. And then I, got back into it, and it was a ball. It was super fun. I didn't have, I was just messing around and quick play with Farah and Junkrat and getting back into, using these muscles that are in my hand for gaming. So it was great. I really enjoyed it. I've won 3 out of the 9 games so far. I figured that, I don't need to stay up super late doing stuff as we had to do this recording. So I tried being responsible. I even ate breakfast this morning. So.
Oh, nice. How was that?
It was good. I got these new chocolate berry crunch Captain Crunch things from Target.
Mint berry crunch.
Yeah. I will say that Captain Crunch always destroys the top of my mouth for some reason. I don't know if that's just... Yeah.
Maybe you're allergic to it or something.
No, it's just rough. Maybe I have a soft.
Yeah, mine does that with certain things, like I don't know, certain sauces and stuff, I guess.
So if Captain Crunch also destroys your mouth, just let me know on Twitter at a Swaylog. Just like be like Captain Crunch also destroys the top of my mouth because I am curious.
Yeah, I played the game as well. I took probably 2 or 3 weeks off of it. I played. I think I have 6 of the 9 wins.
Okay.
I did enjoy it, but also at the same time, you're still getting some of the Overwatch. The idiots mostly is the problem. But yeah, I have been playing it and enjoying it. I'm thinking about just playing like Rainbow Six Siege and some, oh my gosh, Blackout from Call of Duty though instead of that. But we shall see as time goes on. I'm sure I'll come back to it. Up next, we have some Yoshi news. The upcoming Yoshi's Crafted World has a
release date.
An announced date and a release date is announced. According to US Gamer, the first anticipated Yoshi Switch game now has a launch date of March 29 of this year. If you're interested, you can check out gameplay, box art, and a trailer on the US Gamer article. And I guess we can just link that in the show notes if we remember. If not, you can just like look it up on Google or something. But I'm not really a huge Yoshi fan.
I think it'll make a cool like crocheted or knitted plush. I think that'll be cool. But I personally,
the game's very pretty.
I won't be playing this game because it's just it's to me. But,
I like the way you said that. I don't know if you realize, but you said that like I don't know, like a kid that doesn't want to play because he's a grown up. I don't want to play this game. I'm a big boy.
Yeah. That's just kind of how I feel about Yoshi. He's a dinosaur. Yeah, whatever. But
he's a dinosaur. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I know, like, if you want to get all the collectibles and stuff, the game can be somewhat of a challenge. But going up to that and just completing the game is usually really easy. And I picked up the last Yoshi game. I can't. I think it's Woolly World, if I remember correctly, because this one is Crafted World. Yes. And I just couldn't get into it for whatever reason. Like I said, very pretty, but I'm kind of like Jordan. It's just kind of It's kind of boring.
Yeah. That's really it though for this Yoshi article. Our next news is a pretty interesting story. It's from GameSpot. The Division 2 cheats on Steam with the Epic Game Store. Yeah, you heard that right. Division 2 is cheating on Steam. So Ubisoft announced the PC version of the Division 2 will release solely on the Ubisoft Store and the Epic Games Store. It will also not be the only Ubisoft game to be on Epic's new store, according to an Epic blog post. Additional titles would be affected, and more information would be coming during this coming year. This is most likely due to the 88-12% split that Epic is doing compared to Steam, who usually takes between 20 to 30% depending on how much the game makes. Epic said in their blog, quote, as longtime fans and partners of Ubisoft, we are thrilled to bring a range of awesome Ubisoft games to the Epic Game Store, end quote. Tim Sweeney, founder and CEO of Epic, said, quote, we aim to provide the most publisher-friendly store, providing direct access to customers and an 88 revenue split, enabling game creators to further reinvest in building great games, end quote.
I believe Tim Sweeney said both of those quotes. I just wrote that kind of weird. So,
that's cool. I think this is great. Good for, people that I feel that people that do work.
It's interesting to me to see basically exclusives on PC. Like exclusive game stores. Although obviously if you have a PC, as long as you don't have a Mac, which isn't really a PC, I guess, you can get it. But it is interesting, it's like PS4 and Xbox almost.
I will say that Epic Game Store is going to have to up their ante when Discord starts coming in swinging with their 90-10 split. So that's going to be interesting because, Discord's like, guys, we'll give you the most if you publish with us. We'll give you 90%. We'll take 10%. It's like, dang, Discord. Like, I know Epic Games can do that thanks to their Fortnite money. All those V-Bucks people will be buying. But Discord, how many Nitro users do you have? Like, do you really got that kind of money? But apparently they do. So, good for Discord being able to do that 90-10 split. But I think this is cool. Good for Ubisoft getting more money into the people that worked really hard to make the Division 2 hopefully a good game. I haven't played it, but
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, Ubisoft gets a lot of slack, but a lot of flack for some of their practices. But I mean, it makes sense to go with the store that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. And Discord might be giving you more, but they just don't have the power that Epic has right now.
That's true, which makes sense. I get it. Good for, like we said, we like that people can make money from all their hard work, and it's good to put more money in people's pockets because, you need money to survive. But,
I'm interested in what other games this will affect. It's just going to affect Assassin's Creed games. Obviously, the games that are already out, like The Division Now and other Assassin's Creed titles, and For Honor and Rainbow Six are already on Steam. So I wouldn't think that it would affect them, but maybe in the future you'll only be able to purchase them through the Epic Store.
Maybe. I mean, stuff just does disappear off Steam randomly and very quickly sometimes, just into the night, just gone.
Yeah, other places like Bethesda, you can also only get, from now on, we reported a few months back, I believe it was now, that Bethesda's PC games will be available through their store only.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, it makes sense, if you're driving people to your store, to your launcher, either way you look at it, they're more inclined to give you money directly rather than, having to...
Yeah, you're not getting a piece of the pie to anybody if they go to your store. So, yeah, it definitely makes sense. I'm going to keep an eye on that. But while we keep an eye on that, we got a Jump Force beta kicks off Wednesday, January the 18th. I want to say 12th for some reason. According to Crunchyroll, the open beta is scheduled for January the 18th until the 20th. And players will be able to choose from 17 playable characters on 5 different stages. It's going to be available to preload on Xbox One and PS4 on the 17th of January. And it's going to be split into 4 3-hour sessions, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Jordan, they did something similar to this during another beta, didn't they?
They did. They did this similar to the first beta they did, but these times are a lot better. Because I feel they changed these because a lot of the other schedules were while people were at work, and everyone was like, Jump Force, we appreciate you're doing these betas, but we're at work right now, or we're sleeping, or we're studying, like, can you just do times that are more convenient for us? And they're like, okay, well, what times? I don't know if they actually asked people, but obviously they did because, that's why the first session, which is on January 18th, is from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m., these are all PST times, by the way. You can convert them into your own time zones. Session 2 is also on January 18th. It is going from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. PST. Session 3 is going to be January 19th, which is a Saturday. It's going to be 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. PST again. And the final session number 4, which is going to be a Sunday, which is January 20th, is going to be 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. PST. So I think this is awesome. These times actually work very well for me personally.
Very varying as well.
There is, because like if you get home at work, like at 9 or 10 p.m. or whatever, well, you can get up early before you go to work and play some, on the first one, from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Or you could just play the 9 p.m. one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what I was trying to. Yes, exactly. But yeah, I think it's awesome. I think these are really good times. I am excited for this. I'm probably going to participate in this beta again, or this beta like I did.
Do you need to pre-order this to do this?
No, you don't need to. No, you do not need to pre-order this.
Open.
No, you just load up the beta. You just go to your store, type in Jump Force. It should have the beta up there. Just do it. Do it on the 17th. And I like that they're smart because a lot of times what the people were doing is. One of the other big complaints is, we couldn't preload the beta before the beta. So you were spending your time when you were going to be playing downloading the beta. and then it would crash for some people and all this yada yada because everybody trying to feed into that one link at the same time, and the server wherever the download file is being hosted at, it's just like, oh my gosh, please kill me, I can't handle all these people trying to download this game at once, this little baby demo. And I'd say this probably will take this might take a little bit longer than the first demo download did, because it's instead of loading 5 characters in, it's loading 17 characters in.
Yeah, and in case you're wondering, the characters, it seems, are going to be Luffy from One Piece, Kenshin Himura, Vegeta, Frieza, Blackbeard, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. The big dude from Yu Yu Hakusho, what's his name? Toguro, the younger brother, I believe. The big swole dude. This dude that I never can remember his name.
Hisoka?
No, I know him. I was going the other way. They were doing the red shirt.
Oh, okay.
Pegasus or something. Like he's got like a weird...
Pegasus Zia.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's from the show from like the 80s or something. I never can remember.
Yeah.
Sasuke, Gon from Hunter x Hunter, Hisoka also from Hunter x Hunter, Naruto, the main character I believe from Fist of the North Star, Ren and Ichigo from Bleach, Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho, Rono Zoro from One Piece again, and finally Goku from Dragon Ball.
Yep, and if you're wondering what the playable stages are, it's going to be Mexico, Namkai, Matterhorn, Hong Kong, and New York. So
it's weird to see Mexico beside Namek.
Yeah, it is. But this makes me excited for this game. Definitely, and I'm sure they're open to feedback. Just at them or put in a ticket. I'm sure there's some kind of way you could report a bug or something like that if you need to during this beta. That's obviously why they're doing all these betas. I think they did 3 betas to begin with, and now they're doing, or 3 closed betas, and now they're doing an open beta.
It seems like they actually might be listening to people.
Which is nice, I don't know if there's been any talk at all about balance changes, but from my point of view, from when I first played the beta, everything seemed pretty fair. Like, when you're hitting somebody with a Rasengan and Luffy's like, that's nice, I got this rocket punch. And it's like, okay, this is pretty epic. Like, this feels pretty phenomenal to experience.
I'm excited. Next up, we have Final Fantasy remasters are coming out in April, according to IGN. So the Final Fantasy 10, 10-2, and 12 remasters are coming to Switch and Xbox One in April. Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 will be coming in April 16th, on April 16th, while 12, the Zodiac Age, will be released on April 30th. Microsoft also said that these will be coming to Xbox One. I already said that. And they're also on PS4 now. On PS4 had the Zodiac job system that wasn't originally available in 12, in the West at least. And I would assume that the Xbox and Switch versions would have that as well. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't. And then it also says the HD remasters also include a new trial mode allowing players to, quote, take on monsters and enemies in up to 100 successive battles. Got that battlegrounds, battle royale, and, quote, newly recorded background music with the ability to switch between the new and remastered soundtrack. I actually really like Final Fantasy 12. I know it gets a lot of hate.
I might pick up 12 on the Switch, and I really do like being able to switch soundtracks in games. It's really nice.
Yeah, I do a lot in Smash.
I really do love video game music, and I wish there was just an easier way to listen to it. I should look into Spotify and see if they have a video game playlist. Okay. I'll have to remind myself to do that. But I think this is awesome. It's a step in the right direction for Final Fantasy lovers, and for people that haven't been able to play this for any other reason, Have
you played either of these, by the way?
No.
No?
Nope.
I played both of them. Well, I didn't play 10-2, but I played 10 and I played 12.
After a while, I dropped out of Final Fantasy because it just got confusing in my point of view. But
they're not connected at all. Don't think
Well, after I realized that, I was like, okay, I'm an idiot. Why did I think all these were? But anyway, I know they're not connected now as I've matured and become a better gamer, so to speak. But I definitely will be. I'll think about getting one or two of these on the Switch because it's so much fun to be able to pull out a Switch and play a game like Final Fantasy or any big awesome cool game on the Switch. Because it's so portable. So
it's
nice.
weird to me that Final Fantasy 12 came out in like the early 2000s, and Final Fantasy 15 came out in like 2016.
Yeah, I always want to make Final Fantasy 15 a 2017 game, and I don't know why, because it didn't. It came out in 2016.
It came out, I think, at the tail end of 2016.
Yeah. So, but speaking about games that have come out last year, Fallout 76 is getting some patches finally. It allegedly fixed 150 bugs. This comes from GameSpot. Finally, some good news for the game that can't catch a break. Yeah, they really can't. Poor Fallout 76. Anyway, hopefully with this news, it'll get people back into it. The update is out now for PC. It's a 500 megabyte download, and it will be on Xbox One and PS4 next week. The console update will also be around 4 gigs, and it will cover over 150 fixes, mostly to do with bug fixes and stabilization. Also, anyone who's played the game on any platform will receive the Fallout Classic Collection on PC, which includes Fallout, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics. To get this, step 1, you gotta download the Bethesda launcher for PC. Step 2, well, obviously you gotta run the program. So after you run the program, step 2, you gotta sign in to the Bethesda net with your account credentials. Step 3, you have to install Fallout Classic Collection titles from the games menu. And that's how you get the Fallout Collection. So,
finally, it's not a story about Fallout screwing their fans over.
Exactly. I was like, good for them. They gave away something for free, and me, I like free stuff. I haven't played Fallout 76, but it definitely. I'm just glad that Red Dead Online isn't in the same situation as Fallout 76, because I would have been pissed. I need to get back into playing that, but. Circling back around to Fallout 76, I think this is awesome. If you want to know what the 150 checks or the bug fixes are, they're in the link in the show notes. You're more than welcome to check them out. We are not going to cover those here because
there's a lot.
That's 150 things that we don't have time for. So,
yeah, it's actually even more than that. So it's really a pretty extensive list here. Maybe this will be the first step in the right direction for Bethesda.
I would hope so.
Maybe get some goodwill back because God knows they need it. They're just woo. Yeah. I don't know, man. They screwed up. I don't want to spend too much time talking about them because I don't want to get triggered over here.
But we do
have some big huge news actually as I stumble through my words coming from GameSpot. Bungie, it seems, is splitting up with Activision. That's right, Bungie and Activision have parted ways early in what seems like a mutual breakup, although some people have said that Bungie was like popping champagne bottles and stuff when they heard the news, like the employees. But I don't know. They're acting at least like it was mutual or that it was amicable. Bungie will retain rights to Destiny for anyone out there who is worried. And it is unknown how this will affect the rumored Destiny 3, which, let's see, there was a company, Cohen and Company, made a prediction recently. It may have even been on the same day or something, that that Destiny 3 would come out in 2020, which would make sense because the first one came out in 2014, the second one came out in 2017. So it seems like they're on a 3-year cycle. But for those of you who are worried that it won't get supported, it seems like it's going to, or at least that it won't stay on the same platform, like it's going to go to Steam or something. It seems that the PC version will continue using the Battle.net launcher, and it's going to still receive support from Battle.net. And it seems that Blizzard was not going to, or they are not going to anticipate any disruption to their servers or to our gameplay experience. Let's see. Yeah. What do you think? Is this good news?
Yes, I think it's good news. Maybe now Activision will not suck as much. Like, I said that weird in my head.
It's more like Bungie won't suck as much.
Well, in my head, like I feel that Activision either does things really well or does things really bad. And I'm equating this to like how they're doing some certain things in Call of Duty. So I honestly wish that Blizzard had enough money and independency to split off from Activision, and then Activision could just die. That'd be great. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. But I think, talking about Bungie splitting up from Activision, I think this is a great news. I think it's awesome for them. I'm glad they were able to just, kind of Switzerland their way out of there. I hope that's a correct historical term.
Did you say Switzerland?
Yeah, is that a correct historical term? It might not be.
Switzerlanding your way out of something?
I guess it's not, based on your...
Have you heard this before?
No, I assume Switzerland's neutral and everything, right? I'm not a history buff at all, by any means, people, just so you know. But
Belgium is neutral.
Okay, yeah, I don't know how I was going to try to tie that in, but it doesn't matter.
That's the weirdest thing. Bungie's not neutral.
Yeah.
Also, we're not in a war.
Okay, I don't know why I was, as you can see, Ryan and listeners, I do not know how I was going to tie that in there. I just thought it sounded good in my head, but obviously it cannot be applied to this particular news article. But I think it's a good idea that they split apart, that... I love how they were like, Destiny, it's okay. We got the baby. We got Destiny. And I'm like, I don't think anybody was worried about it. I really don't. But, because I'm not worried about it and I play Destiny casually. But I think it's a good thing. I'm curious to see what Bungie's going to do on their own. And I will say that Activision's stocks did dip about 6% when this happened. But now that, they're back up, obviously. But it was funny to watch that stock just dip 6%. And then people freak out, and then it's back to normal. But
it seems like Switzerland is neutral according to the newest data available.
Thank you.
So at least you weren't wrong on that.
Thank you for fact-checking me on that. I appreciate it. But what do you think about this split-up, this breakup?
I think it's good overall because Activision is Activision. That being said, Bungie was a part of a lot of the decision-making. Apparently they wanted people were upset with Activision for making them make a lot of content, which a lot of people really hate the base content of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. So if they didn't want to make more content, that's kind of
yeah.
What does that mean? But I don't know. I don't want to put words in people's mouths, but if that's true, that's kind of... Maybe they just didn't want to make it as soon or make as much. Maybe they just wanted to make, the good ones. And Activision wanted them to make more.
Maybe. I will say that Destiny 1 does have a bad taste in my mouth, only because I just burnt myself out on it. I was playing, I was working 2 jobs, or I was working 1 job at the time, and I just worked, came home, played the job, or played Destiny. And I was playing with these people that would know live Destiny. And so I just got burnt out on it. And then, obviously... I was going to play it on PS4. Didn't happen. Played it twice on PC and haven't picked it back up again. But it's just kind of like, I guess I'm just kind of done with that, mercenary in space, save the universe kind of thing.
Space.
So, but, I know some people that love it. They love Destiny so much, and that's their game. That's their jam. That's their PB&J. They love it. So... good for them. I hope they continue to enjoy it, but I definitely don't think I'm going to jump back into that spaceship anytime soon.
We'll see. They gave it away for free recently. I kind of do want to play it, but at the same time, I don't know. I know we both have a mutual friend that wants to play it, so I don't know. Jordan, you want to take this next article? I just want to hear you pronounce the...
Of course you do. Of course you do. Dragon Ball Showcase this is being covered from the website Gematsu.
Gematsu.
Bandai Namco of America will host a Dragon Ball Games Super Showcase on January 14th from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. PT, where it begins. I'd put that word in there. Where it teases big reveals, big news, and big interviews with producers of Dragon Ball FighterZ and Xenoverse 2. you will be able to watch it live on the Bandai Namco Twitch account.
I'm actually fairly excited about this. We'll probably bring you news from this the next week. I like Dragon Ball FighterZ a lot. Xenoverse is a game.
That's
and
a good.
I just love I love Dragon Ball, so I'll probably watch this. I'm sure a lot of other Twitch accounts will be reporting on this.
Yeah.
Host it, exactly. So if you have a big Twitch news channel you want to watch, I'm sure they'll be hosting it and commenting on it. But there's not a whole lot of news on this. It's just, hey, there's a Dragon Ball game conference coming up in a few days.
I think that's a good thing, too, because sometimes you can't... One, people don't have time to read a huge, long, big article about stuff. But, they got time to watch a video or listen to a video. If they don't have time to watch it, just put some headphones in, listen to the information that's coming out. So I'm curious to what it's going to come out about this. Maybe they'll release a tournament schedule. Maybe they'll, who knows? Obviously, hopefully it'll be something good for the game.
There is a rumor, apparently, according to Gamatsu, it says one of those reveals might be the Western announcement of Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission, which was apparently rated in Australia back in November. I don't even know what that is. What is?
I have no clue what that is.
Let me look this up real quick.
That sounds really interesting, though.
Sounds like a mobile game to me.
Super Dragon Ball Hero.
Yes. Oh, Super. My bad. I missed that.
Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission. So apparently, it was supposed to come out for Nintendo Switch. It's a whole new game. This looks pretty cool. It's been in the works for a while.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen pictures of this before.
This looks interesting. It's hard to describe what kind of game this is from the screenshots I'm looking at. Well, it's a scan from a magazine.
It almost looks like a GT game, but it's not. It's not.
It's not. Don't scare people. Jesus, Ryan.
Hey, GT was underrated.
It was. I did enjoy GT a lot.
It says on Nintendo everything. It says it's thought that Super Dragon Ball Hero. What kind of names are these? Jeez, is this Kingdom Hearts?
Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission.
Thank you.
My goodness.
Will be made available in North America and Europe since the rating was spotted not too long in Asia, although there's no confirmation. Yeah, I don't see anything. It says PlayAsia's taking pre-orders.
It looks cool. From what I'm seeing on these screenshots, I want to say it looks like a rhythm game, but it's.
Oh my gosh!
I know it's not. There's just it looks like you have to connect things to this card to do a move. I'm not really sure. I'm looking at these different screenshots.
It looks like a card game. I think it's a card game.
That would make more sense. Hold on, are these cards right here? I think this is a card game.
This is just the card game. Card game. Is that true?
I'm looking at screenshots of it, and it looks like they are cards.
So there's a Dragon Ball card game called Dragon Ball Super, for those of you who don't know. And it kind of looks like this is that, kind of.
Okay, so I just looked at this picture, and it is a card game. You have this character that looks like Gohan, Goku, a generic Dragon Ball character. And he's standing on a stage, and there's an arena behind him, and he has his hand out, and he's putting cards down, and there's holograms behind him. So this is definitely a card game.
Yeah, the designs of the cards look kind of like that card game as well. So I'm gonna keep my eye out on this.
Huh? Interesting. Well, y'all got some extra news right there.
If it is, probably another card game I won't be able to get into.
Yeah, I hate that I couldn't get into Artifact, man. I won't.
I should try again, but yeah, you're right. I like it playing it physically. But moving on to our last news of the day, Kingdom Hearts 3 secret endings are coming, according to IGN. On Wednesday, the 30th of January, the epilogue will be added to Kingdom Hearts 3 and will be viewable after you beat the main story. The next day, a secret video will be released after beating the game and after meeting certain criteria, depending on which game mode you beat. So if you beat it on normal, it probably less likely to get the secret ending. If you beat it on hard, it'd be more likely. et cetera and so on. It says this is meant to enhance the game, and as far as I can tell, it's not going to affect people who, like if you're in a region that doesn't get good internet and it would take a long time for you to download it or something, you can just kind of play the base game and be fine, but it's going to be like a little extra, and then you can probably just look at the video on YouTube later after you beat the game. It says that the reason stated that they kind of wanted to put these out after the game came out is they just didn't want spoilers. Although I'm sure these videos will be released on the internet as soon as possible.
I saw this and I was very hesitant to, report on it. Because one, I didn't want to spoil anything. Obviously, I didn't. I figured there was only a 5% chance this IGN article had any spoilers in it. But I've kind of shut myself off from Kingdom Hearts 3 news. After a while, I was like,
I think they released a new song or something.
I did listen to that.
I didn't even listen to it. I thought it was really good, though.
It is. After a certain point, I was just like, okay, I don't want to know anything else. I unfollowed Kingdom Hearts and Square Enix and Disney on social media.
Those are the least people you least have to worry about.
Well, yeah. So and I've kind of blocked those words from my queue of Google, my internet queue and stuff, so it doesn't pop up, and Google's not like, hey, Kingdom Hearts 3 news. I'm like, Google, just calm down. I know I've searched Kingdom Hearts 3 a lot, but it's fine. You don't have to tell me every bit of news that comes out. So I'm super excited. I'm beyond excited for this game. I'm to the point of it's a calm excitement.
I'm trying to contain my excitement. I don't want to get too excited. I don't want to overhype the game.
That's exactly. I'm to the point where I'm appreciative that they put all the work in. I'm grateful that the third one is going to be out. I need to go get it, pre-order it or buy it or whatever. But I'm definitely going to get a physical copy. And I'm probably going to take some days off work. And then, disconnect all my devices from the internet. And then just
Kingdom Hearts is too complicated to spoil anyway. Unless somebody just blatantly says something.
That's true, too. It's definitely one of those things where somebody asked me, they're like, what's your favorite game? I'm like, Kingdom Hearts. And they're like, well, what's the story? And I'm like,
sit down on my knee real quick, pal. Let me take 3 hours to explain it to you.
I pretty much told him, I was like, it's a love story about fictional people. And he's like, okay, that makes sense. And I'm like, but that's not the real story. And he's like, what's the real story? I'm like, I don't have time to explain this to you.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Anime. Disney characters.
You could literally throw out any word and it probably apply to Kingdom Hearts. It's well, this is a game where Donald doesn't heal you ever, and he's very useless.
I saw a quote on something. I saw a tweet or something, probably years ago. It was Kingdom Hearts is a big emo Disney circle jerk, and you love it.
That's pretty spot on, but that's really it for the.
There is one more update, though. There's one more thing on the update I'm seeing here. It seems that the update will also include several data fixes and the memory archive. It does not say what it says. The memory archive will be added to the game's title menu and be a quote digest of the Kingdom Hearts story up to this point. Interesting. I'm getting the notification on my computer that says your location is exposed. What does that mean?
Oh my. Wow.
So, just little more tidbits on Kingdom Hearts 3 as it gets closer and closer to the release date. Jordan, are you still scared it's not going to come out?
Yes. I'm always scared that Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't going to come out. Even when I put the disc into my PS4.
Give me a blank disc.
I get it from GameStop. I'm like, hey, this looks sweet. I'm probably going to open it in GameStop and make sure there's a disc in there and be like, okay, I can leave now.
Okay, just had to make sure real quick.
Just had to make sure it was in there real quick.
It's it's going to be like in South Park when they break 1,000,000 points on Guitar Hero. It's just going to be like, you waited 15 years or whatever for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out. You are losers.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's just
you're right.
Kingdom Hearts is actually just a social experiment, and the game's number 3 is actually never coming out. They just wanted to see if they could. Disney just wanted to see if their mind control worked.
Yeah, it definitely worked. But that's it for the main news. We do have some other things for you. We got some reading recommendations. So if you're interested in the upcoming game Sekiro by From Software, the guys who made the Soulsborne games, GameStop is doing like a month of coverage over there on their website, and I would be willing to bet that they're also in their magazine. If you get Game Informer, they also probably have some coverage in there. I would definitely just keep a lookout for that. They also have a video up now that shows you some more of the combat and the traversal, which looks really, really cool. I'm super excited about that game. And if you are as well, I definitely recommend checking out Game Informer's stuff. Also, AGDQ we probably should have reported this on already last week, but we didn't because I forgot. If you are a patron and you listen to this early, you'll be able to watch AGDQ, like the finale, which is on Sunday. Otherwise, if you don't know about it, sorry, we should have told you earlier, but we didn't. But if you don't know, AGDQ is Awesome Games Done Quick. It's a bunch of speedrun games. It's one of Twitch's bigger events of the year. They do a bunch of donations toward cancer research and the like. So it's a bunch of awesome people doing awesome games, almost like an esport for a good cause. So check that out if you can.
Deals. We like saving you money.
Deals.
The first one on the docket is Soulsborne.
Everybody!
Soulsborne games are on sale on PSN. Halo 5.
Dude, I want to say something about this. There's some really good deals. I believe at least some of them end on the 15th. So if you're at all interested in the Soulsborne games, that's Dark Souls 1 through 3 and Bloodborne. I picked up Dark Souls plus the season pass for $25 or $30.
Wow.
I believe Dark Souls 1 is like $10, and 2, the Scholar of the First Sin, which is like the all-in-one package of 2, is like $15 or $20, and Bloodborne is like $12 if you have PlayStation Now. Excuse me. So if you were interested in those games, now is the time to pick them up. I honestly think you could probably pick up Dark Souls 1 through 3 and most of the content, if not all the content, for each of those games, plus Bloodborne, for like $60 to $70 maybe.
Wow.
So that's
really good.
Great deal. Do not buy the trilogy all-in-one package right now if you have PlayStation. Just go online. I believe at least some of the sales are going on through the 15th. I would highly recommend this. I'm super excited to finally play the DLC of Dark Souls 3. But, sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead.
It is okay. We appreciate all that information on the Soulsborne game. Like Ryan said, please check them out. They're phenomenal. I'm actually thinking about picking up some of them myself. But for all you Xbox fans out there, Halo 5 is free for Xbox One until this weekend. This weekend being the 18th, 19th, and 20th of January.
Oh, so it's next weekend.
I mean, I would assume it would be next weekend.
Yeah, it's next weekend. I don't know why I said this weekend on the side.
It's okay. I assumed that's what you meant. But also, if you have a PC and you got Epic Game Store installed, because we all know you probably play Fortnite, where there's nothing wrong with that, until January 24th.
You said you can talk about that on another episode, sorry. About how you said you're going to start playing Fortnite. We'll talk about that on the next episode.
Exactly. Until January 24th, you can get What Remains of Edith Finch for free on the Epic Game Store until January 24th. I have no clue what this game is about, but I might get it because it's free, because why not? Also, if you have a PC and you like Steam, because who doesn't have Steam installed on their PC? You can get Blast Zone Tournament for free until January 16th, which is a Wednesday. So when you're hearing this, if you're hearing this early, obviously, check it out. And if you're hearing this the day it comes out, which is the 14th, you have until Wednesday to get it for free on Steam. Go check it out. Moving on to the free Twitch games of this month or week. You never really know with Twitch sometimes. You can get Orwell. Orwell, that's one game. You can get Hyper Light Drifter. You can also get The Republic. You can also get Bomber Crew. So obviously, if you have Amazon, you can get Twitch Prime, which is awesome. You can get all these free games. But if you also have a Nintendo Switch, there's free games for you this month as well.
Finally, Switch released their free games. It's just 2 games. It's going to be Blaster Master and Zelda 2. So if you're interested in those classic games and you have Switch Online, I would go check those out. And
Boom.
I believe that's it. That's all
That's
the
it.
news.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. As always, our intro and outro song is Back to Business by the Heatley Brothers. We're personally working on putting our feelers out, getting some new jams. I emailed your dude. He should be getting back to me soon. That's going to be interesting. But we also produce a topical show which releases on Wednesday called One Up Me in its own separate RSS feed. But if you're listening to this on podcast services or wherever you're listening to it, you can just go down below and hit the link that says, hey, One Up Me. It has all the places you can listen to it. You're more than welcome to subscribe there as well. We're going to be covering Kingdom Hearts on Wednesday. It should be very interesting.
I'll stop now.
But for all the latest
hadn't done
podcast news, you can follow One Up Me Podcast on Twitter. Our Twitters are at @Swaylock for me and at Ryan Divisions for Ryan, obviously, because it has his name and the username. You can find all of our other social media links and stuff and puff in the description below. We have a Reddit, r/OneUpMe Podcast. We have a Discord. You're more than welcome to join. You have an Instagram where we tweet out little hints and tidbits every once in a while.
Man, I gotta need to get a new pop filter. It's just falling all over the place, knocking against my mic.
That's right.
Sounds like a personal problem.
I mean, if you want to help Ryan get a new pop filter, you can become a Patreon at patreon.com. Yeah, I mean, you can become a Patreon at patreon.com/OneUpMe. We release an exclusive Patreon podcast a month.
Exclusive.
That's right. It is exclusive. It would never be anywhere else. Never, ever, ever, forever and ever. Video game on. We also do. You can also get the podcast early.
Don't hold me to it, but I've been thinking about maybe doing it on the DCEU. I'm not sure though, because Aquaman's coming out and it might be a nice little tie-in.
Okay, I like that. Interesting. We can discuss that. So, if you want to support us, you're more than welcome to on Patreon. We'd really appreciate it. But if not, we just appreciate you listening and telling people about the show. Like I said, you can check out all the other benefits and such on patreon.com/OneUpMe. We would love if y'all would leave us a review on iTunes. It would be
I was going to try to keep doing it, but I can't. Yeah, leave us a review on iTunes. Tell us what you think.
And if you shop on Amazon, you know Ryan's really big on Amazon, but we're not sponsored. But if you shop on Amazon using our affiliate link, it'd be nice.
Weird thing. It. I almost never buy anything on Amazon.
That's also true. I disabled my Prime subscription because I was like, I don't ever use this at all. Like, anyway, it doesn't matter. That's a personal thing.
But then I did use it actually this weekend when I bought that book. I bought that from Amazon.
Okay.
And I got that free 2-day shipping, I believe.
Nice.
Something, maybe.
But our Instagram is One Up Me Gaming. But for everything One Up Me, if you didn't listen to any of that other stuff, you can find everything One Up Me on oneupmegaming.com. That's our beautiful website.
For everything?
I meant to type for everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
For everything One Up Me, check out our website, oneupmegaming.com.
For everything.
We appreciate y'all. Tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell your enemies.
I'm going to die.
Ryan's going to die. Thank you for listening. And as always, play on.
Bye.